Good day, football fans, and welcome to Diary TV's exclusive deep dive into the latest drama shaking the foundation of Nigerian football. I'm your host, Oganekara Asoe, and today we're unpacking a story that has everyone talking: the clash between Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle and Nigeria's football legend Sunday Oliseh. This isn't just about a coach and a critic, it's about a tale of national pride, identity, and the future of the Super Eagles as they fight to secure a spot in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. From fiery interviews to passionate defenses, we bring you the latest updates, exclusive insights, and what this could mean for Nigerian football in future. So grab your Jay-Z, settle in, and let's kick off this journey into the heart of the Super Eagles saga. Let's start at the beginning. On June 16, 2025, SoccerNet.com dropped a bombshell report titled "The Right Guy for the Job," highlighting a growing rift in Nigerian football. At the center of it all is Eric Chelle, the Malian tactician appointed as Super Eagles head coach in January 2025. Chelle, a former Mali international and the first non-Nigerian African to lead Nigeria's national team, has been making waves with an unbeaten start, including a Unity Cup triumph in London. But not everyone is sharing. Enters Sunday Oliseh, a Super Eagles legend, 1994 AFCON winner and a former national team coach. In a candid interview with SuperSport, Oliseh didn't mince words. He said, and I quote, "I'm not a big fan of him, Eric Chelle. I feel it is a sign of disrespect to the coaches and people of Nigeria." Oliseh's argument: the Super Eagles' top job should go to a Nigerian, not a foreigner, especially when Nigerian coaches struggle to land high-profile roles abroad. He added, "Africans are not allowed to coach abroad, and Nigerians are not allowed to coach outside their shores. The only job that is the most prized one, leave it for the people to handle." Oliseh's comments ignited a firestorm. Social media platforms, especially X, buzzed with reactions. Posts from users captured Oliseh's stance, emphasizing his belief that qualified Nigerians should lead the team. But is Oliseh's criticism fair, or is it rooted in deeper frustration? Let's dig in. Oliseh's tenure as Super Eagles coach in 2015 and 2016 was turbulent, marked by conflict and an abrupt exit after failing to qualify for the 2017 AFCON. Critics argue his own struggle might color his view on Chelle. Yet his point about Nigerian coaches being overlooked resonated with many fans who see the appointment of a Malian as a slight to local talent. Now let's talk about the man at the helm, Eric Chelle. Appointed by the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) in January 2025, Chelle steps into a high-pressure role. Nigeria World Cup qualification campaign was fluttering, and the Super Eagles, sitting fourth in Group C after draws against Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and South Africa, and a shock loss to Benin Republic, the stakes couldn't be higher. Chelle, a 47-year-old former RC Lens defender, brought a fresh perspective. His coaching resume, including leading Mali to the 2023 AFCON quarterfinals, where he masterminded a 2-0 win over South Africa, a result Nigeria fans hope he can replicate in the September qualifiers campaign. Since taking charge, Chelle has overseen 5 matches, 3 wins, including a 2-1 victory over Ghana and a penalty shootout triumph against Jamaica in the 2025 Unity Cup, plus 2 draws. His approach: high-pressing, aggressive football, blending NPFL talents with overseas stars. Chelle's inclusion of 10 home-based players in the Unity Cup squad like Saviour Isaac and Sikiru Alimu won praises from former Super Eagles defender Chukwuelu, who told SoccerNet, "The team spirit is fantastic." Even Nigerian legend Segun Odegbami, initially skeptical, lauded Chelle's meticulous scouting, comparing him to Clemens, the Dutch coach who led Nigeria golden era in the 1990s, but Chelle hasn't directly addressed Oliseh's criticism. at least not publicly. Instead, his players have spoken for him. Super Eagles defender Bruno Onyemaechi, a regular under Chelle, told TVC News Nigeria, "In a few months I have worked with him. I can say he is the right guy for the job. There is noise outside saying he doesn't know what he's doing, but if you come closer, you'll know he's the right guy." Former striker Julius Agawa also backed Chelle, praising his squad management during the Unity Cup, when Nigeria fielded new faces and still clinched the title. The Super Eagles players are already rallying behind Chelle, and their performance speaks volumes. Let's break down the team's recent achievement and the atmosphere in the camp. The Unity Cup held in May 2025 at the Bradford Gite Community Stadium was a turning point. Nigeria defeated Ghana 2-1 in the semi-final with goals from Saviour Isaac and an own goal by Ghana's Razak Simpson. In the final, they edged Jamaica in a dramatic penalty shootout, lifting the trophy and boosting morale. Winger Moses Simon, speaking to SoccerNet, revealed Chelsea's intense mentality. It tells them to go out and kill, not literally, but to dominate every moment. This brutal war plan, as Simon called it, is rewiring the team's psyche, fostering a hunger that has been missing in recent qualifiers. Chelsea's focus on mental resilience was evident in his comment before the Russian friendly on June 6, 2025, where he said, "We are not just making the trip for the sake of it, we are going there to win." Despite injury to key players like Wilfred Ndidi and Ola Aina, Chelle bolstered the squad with NPFL stars like Sadiq Malian and Benjamin Frederick. His willingness to experiment has paid off, with new talents like Samuel Chukwueze shining in the Unity Cup finals. The challenges remain though. The Super Eagles faced a daunting World Cup qualifying schedule, starting with Rwanda at home and South Africa away in September. Chelle admitted, "It's an obligation we win in South Africa, but first we have to beat Rwanda." The team's unity is a stark contrast to the public spat with Oliseh. Players like Onyemaechi and Simon emphasize Chelsea's ability to create a cohesive squad, blending veterans like Ahmed Musa with young prospects. Musa's captaincy, however, is another point of contention, with Oliseh questioning why a bench player leads the team. Chelsea's decision to recall Musa for the Unity Cup suggests that he valued experience, but whether Musa's retained the armband in September is an open question. Let's take a critical look at Sunday Oliseh's stance. His argument that Nigerian coaches are unfairly overlooked is compelling. Names like Stephen Keshi, who led Nigeria to the 2013 AFCON title, and Emmanuel Amunike, who qualified Tanzania for the 2019 AFCON, prove that Nigerian coaches can excel. Oliseh himself was hailed as the Pep Guardiola of Nigeria when appointed in 2015, but his tenure was marred by disputes, including allegations of a witchcraft plot. A June 2, 2025 article called Oliseh's criticism hypocritical, noting that he fled a tough situation in 2016. While Chelle took on Nigeria's precarious World Cup campaign with courage, the article also highlighted that Nigeria has circled through local coaches like Keshi, Samson, Sasha, and Finida George over the last 20 years with mixed results. Is Oliseh's push for a Nigerian coach about merit, or is it nationalism tinged with personal grievance? Fans are divided. Experts show support for Oliseh's call to empower Nigerian coaches, but others argues results matters more than nationality. Chelsea's early success, 3 wins and 2 draws and a trophy, suggests that he's delivering where others faltered. Yet, Oliseh's point about systemic barrier for African coaches abroad is undeniable. Why aren't Nigerian tacticians like Amunike leading top European clubs? This debate goes beyond Chelle and Oliseh. It's about global football power dynamics. As of today, June 17, 2025, there is no public development in this story since SoccerNet report. Neither Chelle nor Oliseh has issued fresh statement and the NFF hasn't commented on the controversy. However, let's explore what might be happening behind the scene based on trends and the provided data. Chelle is likely preparing for the World Cup qualifiers, scouting dual national talent like Arsenal's Ethan and Borussia's Dortmund's Chukwuemeka, as reported by SoccerNet. Its focus on youth suggests a long-term vision, but pressure is mounting. A source close to the NFF cited in an April 1st, 2025 report suggested that Chelle considered resigning just 2 months into his tenure due to job security concerns. While he stayed, this hints at internal tension that Oliseh comments could escalate things. Oliseh, meanwhile, remains a vocal figure. His recent social media activities, including praising Manchester City's win over Tottenham and Newcastle Cup victory, shows that he's still influential. Could he be angling for a return to the Super Eagles setup? Unlikely given his past, but his critique might push the NFF to reassess Chelle's position if results falter in September. Hypothetically, we could see Chelle address Oliseh's comment in an upcoming press conference, perhaps before the Rwanda match. He might emphasize unity, saying, "My job is to win for Nigeria, not to debate on who should coach." Alternatively, the NFF could issue a statement backing Chelle and urging fans to focus on the World Cup. These are speculative scenarios, but they align with the story trajectory. So what does this saga mean for the Super Eagles? The team is at a crossroad with only 4 World Cup qualifiers left. Nigeria trail Group C leaders South Africa by 6 points. Chelle's high-pressing philosophy and squad overhaul shows promise, but the margin for error are razor thin. A loss to South Africa could end Nigeria's World Cup dream. A big shame, as Onyemaechi put it. Chelle's ability to block out noise like Oliseh's criticism will be crucial. His players' loyalty and the NFF's backing, voiced by President Ibrahim Gassau in February 2025, gives him a foundation to build on. But Oliseh's comments taps into a deeper question. Who should lead Nigeria's footballing identity? A foreign coach with result, or a local legend with cultural ties? For fans, this is personal. Nigeria football heritage, 1994 Golden Generation, 2013 AFCON triumph demands excellence. Chelle's Unity Cup win is a start, but the World Cup is the ultimate test. If he delivers, Oliseh critic may fade. If he stumbles, the call for a Nigerian coach will grow louder. As we wrap up, one thing is clear. The Super Eagles' journey is never dull. Eric Chelle's rise, Sunday Oliseh defiances, and the team's World Cup fight are chapters in a story that unites millions. At Diary TV, we keep you posted on every twist and every turn. Will Chelle prove that he is the right guy for the job? Can Nigeria soar to the 2026 World Cup? Share your thoughts by commenting below using #DiaryTV Super Eagles. I'm Ogenekara Soe. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay tuned for more exclusive updates. Until next time, keep supporting the Super Eagles.